turning right on Honeysuckle.
In Bowie County, Texas, Deputy Kelsey Coleman is on routine patrol when he comes across a late model pink Cadillac with broken taillights.
I assumed that it was an elderly person in the car, and my attempt was, I was going to try to stop them at a local Easy Mart store and try to fix their lights for them.
Coleman attempts to pull the motorist over by flashing his lights, but the driver doesn't stop. Still, the deputy maintains a cool head.
I don't know if they've even seen my lights yet or not, but going about 40 miles an hour, and like I said, I think it's an elderly person. They may just be scared to pull over out here in the dark.
The deputy decides to get the driver's attention using his cruiser's bullhorn. But the suspect continues driving, and Deputy Coleman can't help but laugh. But as soon as backup arrives, the laughing stops.
Kept driving and never getting over about 45 or 50 until we met another officer from Texarkana, Texas PD. After he saw that officer, the car began to speed away even faster.
All right, Central, they're picking up the pace on me now. I don't know if they're trying to get away or what.
Coleman soon realizes this may not be an elderly driver after all. The 8-cylinder Cadillac quickly leaves the deputy in its dust.
The accelerated power of that vehicle was pretty awesome. There's no way that I could keep up with it.
Deputy Coleman works the throttle, but is having trouble matching the suspect's speed.
They're leaving me. I can't keep up with them.
The driver easily pushes the Cadillac to 115 miles an hour.
323 thrill.
The suspect is just seconds from losing the officer completely when he makes one fatal error.
1050 Central, 1050. Car's on fire. Car's on fire. We need live net first responders down here. We got lines down in the road. Hit a telephone pole, Central.
The driver tries to take the turn at triple-digit speeds and ends up slamming right through a utility pole. The colossal impact totals the car's sturdy frame and spontaneously ignites the Cadillac's engine. Fearing an explosion, Deputy Coleman slowly backs away from the disaster area.
Power lines were a concern. In fact, he had cut the pole completely in half and it was left dangling with the power lines, and I did not know if any of the lines had fallen on the ground or to the car.
Once officers determine there are no downed wires, they cautiously run to the driver's aid.
Can you see anybody?
Yeah, he's inside.
Come on, son. Is his seatbelt on?
Yeah. Come on.
Knowing that the car could explode at any time, Coleman and his colleague risk their lives to pull the suspect away from the burning wreck. While firefighters arrive on the scene, the officers, now clear of the unstable car, try to calm the shocked driver by asking him questions.
Be still and
But they soon get a shock of their own.
Well, how old are you?
15.
15? I thought I had a real old person.
Before long, an ambulance is on the scene, ready to rush the underage driver to the emergency room. Across town, the suspect's mother is in bed, blissfully unaware of what just happened.
And I was asleep, and the doorbell rang and rang and rang and rang, and we just thought we were dreaming.
When Tina finally gets to the door, she finds a deputy waiting with solemn news. Her son has just been in a devastating accident.
I said, no, Jeremy's upstairs in bed. And he said, no, oh no, ma'am, he's been in an accident. And I said, who is he with? And he said he was driving. I said, that's not possible. He doesn't have driver's license or a permit. And he said, yes, ma'am. I said, well, what was he driving? He said, a Cadillac. And I knew then that he had taken my Cadillac and my keys.
Tina and her family hurry to the hospital, but their route passes right by the accident scene.
I just totally lost it. When I saw that car, I just knew there was no possible way he could be alive.
The Tannehill family tries to remain calm as they make their way to the critical care unit. The next few hours will be a test of their strength. Today, Tina watches the dash cam footage of the crash, trying hard to fight back the tears. Her son Jeremy sits by her side, thankful to be alive.
I would never run from the law again. If it wasn't for that police officer, I would have died that night. You get to where you want to drive so bad, but you're really not ready, and you think you are. Well, I really do owe my life to Deputy Coleman. Nobody else would have just ran out there and put their life on the line with power lines down, a car on fire that could have blew up and killed us both. Really amazing what some people will do for others.
Miraculously, Jeremy escaped the crash with relatively minor injuries. But it turns out that this was the third time he'd stolen the family car.
Hit a telephone pole, Central.
His mother is confident it will be his last.
He had to go through surgeries to have his heel rebuilt and all that, in a lot of pain. And I think through the pain of going through all that and walking on crutches and being in a wheelchair and learning how to do everything like that, I think he's definitely learned his lesson. but I would not be stupid enough not to sleep with my keys.